Dolly Parton, ladies and gents. Don't know how you stand on her. Don't mind it myself. Done some good songs, no problem there at all. She's on our screens. It's wall to wall this week with her. She's promoting a new LP. I think it's called ROCKSTAR. I think she's got 30 songs on there, I think, here today. I couldn't believe it. Yeah, she's showing a rock side of her persona. She's never shown it before. She thought she'd do something different. She says she's doing songs to keep her husband happy because he's always been a rocker and she's only ever done country and western. You've heard the song, haven't you? That what's it? I predict a riot. We'll take that analogy and I'll say I predict a turkey. I think it'll be absolutely cack. I can't see it being anything other than a train crash. For all she's been good, I can't see old Dolly singing rock songs. I mean, I think some of them aren't going to be rock songs. I heard she's singing Help with Paul McCartney and Ringo Starr. She's got a plethora of guests. She's got millions on there. I seen her on something about 3 months ago when it was first announced. I think it might have been the night she was being inducted into the Hall of Fame or something. And she was on there, and one of the people that she was singing a duet with, I heard hardly any of it because I just had to turn it off, was Rob Halford. Don't know if you know Rob Halford. He's in the heavy rock or heavy metal band Judas Priest. And I think they were trying to create some kind of chemistry. There was none. I think Rob was trying to get close to her in a nice way, and she was like frightened of it all and not so sure. It just looked absolutely weird. And I'm sure it's going to be weird. I can't see it being anything, as I say, other than a turkey. If it sells, I'll be absolutely amazed. I really will. No matter how hard she promotes it. I just can't see it. I seen her on the One Show, though, last week, and they were all bowing to her, bowing at her feet, like they do, all these presenters. And I think the guy on there said, he might have been that, what's his lad? Who's got a job on telly through his dad? The guy that was in Spandau, but I can't remember his name, and I definitely don't know his lad's name. I'm sure it was his lad presenting, and he says, "Oh, Dolly, you're a style icon. Style icon. What, she 80? She must have had heels on like that. She's got a pair of trousers that look like leather. I'm sure they're not. Black, tight, as tight as you can get. All the sides of the legs cut out, all the way down. She's got like mesh in the sides, like stocking mesh, that kind of stuff. Because obviously you're not going to want to see her legs at nearly 80. She's not going to want to show them. She's got something on the top that looks a bit weird. Inside that, she's got like a waistcoat. A waistcoat, I mean, I'm sure she's had more surgery in the last 18 months on her main two assets. They've ballooned up even more. And this waistcoat's pushing them up so they're under the chin. I mean, she could definitely eat a dinner off them. Absolutely, there's room for a tray there, and a big tray. I don't mean a small one, a room for a big tray. Well, she'd have to eat off a tray because she'd never get down to a knife and fork if it was below them. She'd have to get the knife and fork and go round them, underneath them, cut up a meat, if she eats meat that is, or whatever it might be, come back round to find a mouth. Or she'd have to have a very low chair on a table so her chin's closer to the table and her assets are below the table. I just can't see how she could navigate them without a tray. So it's definitely a tray job. But as I say, plenty of room for a tray there. They'd have all the support they need, especially if she wore that waistcoat. Style icon, I thought. I said, who would go out looking like that? Imagine anyone going out looking like that. Have you seen someone in the streets dressed like Dolly? Even if they're in the 30s or 40s, you'd think, who's dressed her? You'd think she was going to fancy dress, no doubt about it. And honestly, folks, I'm not knocking Dolly. I know a lot of you like her. I know it's the older crew that I have a day in the men. I like her myself. But style icon? Have I got one lady of any age that comes on here that tries to dress like Dolly Parton? If I have, let me know who you are. I don't know. I don't think you can send a picture. I wish you could. Just so I can see if you're telling the truth. No, I don't. I'm sure I've got no one in here tries to dress like Dolly. Style icon? Style icon? It's like having Swampy as a male style icon. I'm not having it at all. No. Dolly, you're a good singer. You're good at country and western. Rock music, well, I'll reserve judgment, although I've said it's going to be a turkey. I'll listen to a couple. I don't think I'm going to like them. But style icon, I'm not sure about that. And Dolly, if you're listening, which I know you won't, how do you eat? It can't be easy. Mind you, her waist was like that. I don't know if she does eat. Maybe everything's liquidized. Maybe that's why. Honestly, her waist was like that. Her waist was like that, and she went bump and bump. Unbelievable. Anyway, that's it from me on Dolly.